Another company has entered into the space of the electric vehicles. Should you invest in it? Is there a better play? On Trending Thursday, we have a watch list of stocks to consider. Come check it out. EV names like Workhorse, stock, and NIO surge ahead of U.S. elections. This was done on Monday. The automobile sector is seeing solid gains, and there's another huge rip for the Chinese EV sector, in particular ahead of tomorrow's election. And now they broke it down. Notable gainers include XPEV, NIO, Solo. A lot of these stocks I have in our clean energy EV watch list. Yes, I've created a watch list specifically for clean energy EVs here on YouTube for you guys. Auto suppliers like AXL, BWA, GT. What about the EV mothership, which again is Tesla? And a lot of people out there are saying that Nikola is going to be the next Tesla. All right, I'm probably going to do a short content video on Tesla versus Nikola. So look for that in the near future. I'll probably do Joey says it's got to be no more than 10 minutes. I'll probably do a 10-minute video on Tesla versus Nikola. I'll do some digging and I'll get that out there as well. What an EV watch list. So Henry, the EV watch list is the electrical vehicle watch list. What I've done is I've gone through the VectorVest software to find all of the stocks specifically in that space, and I put them all into one watch list. And again, as a subscriber to the software, again, Joey's going to put that link in there. As a subscriber to the software for that 99-cent trial, you too can build a watch list like that on any industry you want. Bitcoin is something that we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. I won't talk about Bitcoin today, but that is something that's come up. And last week, I did mention that VectorVest was talking that possibly Bitcoin was ready to rock and roll. If you didn't check that out last week, go back into YouTube, check out last week's session on Bitcoin. So I wanted to look at names like Workhorse and NIO. There's another one. NIO stock runs up as record as October deliveries double. Holy smokes. NIO is not only rocking and rolling, but they're putting the cars out. This is really giving Tesla a run for the money, but this is on the Chinese side, right? Shares in NIO surged to a record close Monday after the China-based electrical vehicle maker reported October deliveries that doubled to a monthly record of more than 5,000 vehicles. These companies in this space are really going after Tesla. In the Chinese market specifically, they're putting out company after company after company, and they are really going into this field. Talking about going into this field, especially as a brand new company, how many of you know about this Fisker? Fisker, brand new. Fisker breaks out with big gain on first day of trading. First day of trading, brand new company. You know, I had to bring that to the table. Fisker trades 12.19% higher, and this was on October 30th, though, in its first day of trading after going public through the SPAC transition with Spartan Energy acquisition. They merged up with Spartan Energy, which is another stock that's in the clean energy space. The company hopes to start production on its Ocean electric SUV model in the second half of 2022. So Fisker is out there as a new company, but they're not looking to put out a car for another 2 years. Fisker is taking reservations with a $250 deposit, and these vehicles are going to be expensive as the dickens. All right, they're going to be expensive. They got an SUV model in the second half of 2022. Fisker says it's starting off with an excess of $1 billion cash on its balance sheet. They got a ton of money sitting out there to go after aggressively putting these cars out, but it won't be until 2022. So let's take a look at these stocks on my list. Let's go up to the viewers tab. Here's our stocks that we're going to look at today. in our YouTube Trending Thursday. Let's go find 11.5. We always make a watch list of the stocks. And the cool thing about a VectorVest watch list is that it takes all of the stocks that we're going to talk about, sorts them by our master indicator, VST, which is value, safety, and timing, the best combination of those three, and puts the stocks with the best combination of value, safety, and timing at the top of the list and sorts them all the way down. Notice that NIO is the second, and we've got 11 stocks here. That doesn't seem right. I think I had more stocks in that. But it's looking at NIO is the number 2 stock in this watch list. What else is in here? We had Fisker is in here, and we had Workhorse. Notice that Workhorse, out of the 3, are all the way at the bottom. How much is there?
You only have 11 here, but you don't have any.
Good. All right, so the 11 works out. Thank you, Joey. Joey's backing me up. I love that. I love Joey like a brother. I mess with him more than anything, but I respect everything that he does for us. So now, for those of you who are brand new, let me show you how VectorVest analyzes a stock. So we've looked at the stocks. They're in the news. Let VectorVest now help you understand how to analyze it. NIO, we have a price of $40.49, but we have a value of $2.17. Our valuation, when we look at value is what we feel the stock is worth. All right, just because the stock is overvalued doesn't make it a bad thing. It just means that the stock is trading at a premium above its value. Let's look at Fisker, trading at 11.04 with a value of 10.05. Very close in price and value. We're going to call that stock fairly valued. And Workhorse, $17.60 with a value of $2.66, clearly overvalued. This whole space for a lot of people is still a speculative space. And looking at the price and the value, that helps to show that a lot of people are willing to pay a lot more money than what the stock is worth to own the stock because of the potential over the next 1 to 3 years or so. All right, now let's start to get into our core indicators: relative value, relative safety, relative timing, and VST. Instead of trying to explain what they each are, we have videos here on YouTube that shows you how each and every one of these indicators work. All right, all of these indicators are cast on a scale between 0 and 2, where above 1 is favorable. Relative value looks at a stock's long-term price appreciation potential. NIO has got an RV of 0.21, below the value of 1. Upside potential, not there yet. Fisker has got a relative value at 1.01. While this stock just recently started, right? It's got a positive RV, which means it's got good upside potential. Workhorse with a relative value of 0.57. Also, this stock has some predominantly downside as far as long-term price appreciation potential. Relative safety looks at it's an indicator of risk for the stock, also cast on that scale between 0 and 2. It looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. Relative safety below 1 normally tells me that the stock is more risky, but also relative safety below 1 tells me that the stock may not have a high probability of meeting or exceeding its earnings expectations. Notice that NIO has got a relative safety at 0.82, a little bit more risky. Fisker's got a relative safety at 0.57. A little bit more risky, and Workhorse has a relative safety at 0.82, also a little risky. Now, what makes the world go around? Well, in this case in the market, we're looking for stocks that are going up in price, and we have an indicator that tells us if this stock is. It's a trend indicator, short-term price trend. Relative timing above 1, the stock's in an uptrend. NIO is definitely in an uptrend at 1.92. The stock is moving up very quickly. Whereas the other 2 stocks that made the news, Fisker, it's got a relative timing at 0.68, and it's a sell recommendation. This is the benefit behind having the software to make a better informed decision and not get caught up in just the news hype. So I like that the stock is trading where it is. It's a little bit higher than the value. It's got a relative value slightly above 1. It's a risky stock, but more than that, the stock is not going up in price. Workhorse has got a relative timing at 0.51. The news is good, but the stock's in a downtrend. That's why you need something like VectorVest to help you make those decisions. Again, Joey's going to put a link up there to show all of you who are not subscribers to the software, giving you an opportunity to take a trial for 99 cents. All right. And you're right. Fisker is a sell, but the stock just came out. Let's take a look at all of these graphs. All right. I got them all highlighted. Let's view the stock graphs. So we all know what the news is, right? We all know what the news is. There's NIO. Look at that. I've got that 20-day exponential moving average. Look at NIO's running up. Look at the volume, back and forth, back and forth. But here's that indicator that you don't get anyplace else. When RT is above 1, the stock's in an uptrend. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph. Notice here, let's zoom in. Notice here when that relative timing is below 1, would that have been a good opportunity to, if you own the stock, just think about that. If you own the stock, when RT went from above 1 to below 1, would that have been a good selling opportunity to get out of the stock? Absolutely. I can put RT on any stock in the database to help me determine when it's the right time to get in and the right time to get out. Again, that's all part of that 99-cent trial. What other stocks are in here? So NIO right now hitting a new 3-month high. Can you buy it? Absolutely, if the stock is trending higher. The stock is definitely above that 20-day exponential moving average. RT tells me the stock's in an uptrend. Fisker, all right? How about that? Look at the stock price fall. All right, it gapped up. It did, and that was on the second on that news, right? On that news, it gapped up. But what did the stock's price do? Did it have follow through? Not yet. A good point of reference. 1, whatever moving average you're comfortable with, use it. Wait for your stock to go above it. Number 2, use the power of the VectorVest software. When RT goes above 1, that, along with the stock moving above that moving average, whatever moving average you like to use, gives you confirmation it's time to buy. Am I ready to buy Fisker yet based off the news? Not yet. I'm ready. I'm going to get ready, but I'd rather you learn to let the trade come to you. And Muñeco, I just explained, when you ask, can I buy now? I just walked you through. I probably would not buy the stock just quite yet. Let the trade come to you. And the third stock is Workhorse. Been in and out of the news oftentimes throughout the year. The stock's price pulled back, might have found a level of support or a level of a floor, bouncing up. I would definitely, and again, I'm using the 20-day exponential moving average. I would definitely like to see the stock's price go above and RT go above 1. Let's go show another opportunity where that happened. Let's zoom in here. Stock's price went back above the 20-day exponential moving average, RT above 1, right about here. And what did the stock's, right about here, what did the stock's price do? Look at that. It ran. So I'm giving you the opportunity. I'm giving you the opportunity to know when it's the right time to buy. These all stocks all made news. All right. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions they want to talk about? Bill says GM up 4% on electric truck. GM, I did the story on GM a couple of weeks ago on that new, what was it? The Hummer. All right, the new Hummer. I did this story on GM a couple of weeks ago, so I'm just letting you know. Who are the two thumbs down? I don't know, Mike. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and hopefully, I know that I won't appeal to everybody. But as long as I appeal to the majority of you, and you're learning a little something, that's all I want to have happen. All right. Not everybody's gonna like me. I don't always like Joey, but he's still my buddy. Can you use it to short stocks? Sure. So if I'm looking at an individual stock, and let's go put up the best stock in the whole wide world. The best stock in the whole wide world. I love Apple, but I'm not in love with Apple. So let me show you something. Let's go right here. How about when Apple was rocking and rolling? Boom, bada boom, bada boom. How about when the stock's price, when Apple's stock, fungus. That keeps me from saying bad words. The stock's price went below the 20-day exponential moving average, and RT went below 1. That would have been a short term. All right. Now, you notice that the stock's price went back up. RT went back above 1, but did it break above that 20-day exponential moving average? No. All right. So, again, the stock's price below the 20-day exponential moving average, RT below 1. Let's look at that. I could have traded that RT and the price below the 20-day exponential moving average all up through here. And I could go over back in time again and do the same thing. When RT is below 1 and the stock's below the 20-day exponential moving average, it can help you to short stocks as well. Hey, if you like this content, guess what? You can join us live every Thursday at 2 p.m. here on YouTube. Join VV Nation. We hope to see you there.